Hey guys, Deathletter Magic here, and I am strangely close to my microphone right now. Okay, I think when I was vacuuming, I bumped the gain way down on my mixer, but it's all good now. So, you want to get into MTG Finance. Don't deny it, I heard it from a reliable source. And you know what? If you try to deny it, first of all, you can't hide what's inside, and secondly, everybody knows you're living a lie. Okay, they can see right through your facade. They know you want to buy up 500 copies of Cryptolith, right? Sew them into a blanket and then fall asleep under it. Okay, they know. That card, by the way, $6 right now. Told you so. And that's a great example of why people want to get into MTG Finance, because if you win on a card, as they typically put it, then you really win. I mean, anybody can do this high volume, ooh, I'm a big seller, let's buy this for $8 because I think it'll hit 11 kind of stuff. You know, just this piddly little, oh, look at this little shift, look at this little change in the trend, and oh, this is the results in the Pro Tour, so this went up a little bit. But when you're like, no, this 25 cents, 50 cents, are you kidding me? And then you're right, and they hit $5, there you go. That ain't no 30%. So that is the big draw of MTG Finance. People just like the thrill, they like being right. And, you know, you can call it risk because, yes, you'll sometimes lose. You'll make bad decisions, stuff won't work out. I mean, I bought 64 of a card for 25 cents, and it never went above 25 cents because, well, I mean, I wasn't wrong. It's just a better version of the card came out with the next set. I saw the mechanic get leaked, and I'm like, Trail of Mystery. There were just better cards in it for cheaper. So I have a lot of Trail of Mystery right now. I think I still have them. Pretty sure. But, you know, okay, I lost $30, but then on, you know, stuff like, I don't know, White Humans back in the day with Shadows, I made a fortune for holding Thalia and her little friends. I just saw them and I'm like, no, you kidding me? Are you kidding me? Refused to sell the ones I had and I doubled down on like 12 more of each. Made a couple $100, so I mean, it makes the $30 loss look a lot better. So is it really a loss when you add it all up? The answer better be no, and that's why I'm telling you guys how to get into MTG Finance. I mean, there's like, what, 25, 30,000 unique cards out right now and all different formats and new formats being created. And then there's the standard cycle. What do you buy? I mean, everybody knows the old, you know, standby. Oh, buy the reserve list. The reserve list is the most manipulated pump and dump, just scammed out to oblivion nonsense. I mean, I wouldn't say don't touch it, but it's like, that's the danger zone. Like, you better be real careful. I mean, people were like paying people to make cards go up and hype them and like bribing people to use them in decks and oh my gosh, then everybody allegedly has insider information. All the big sellers hear from their little buddies at Wizards. Allegedly, that was never fully proven. I mean, I'd give it a 50-50 being true myself. So do you buy standard? Do you buy right before rotation, after rotation? Do you buy staples as they rotate or after in case they go to modern, like as foretold? Do you try to jump on a trend when it's first starting? You get day one, you make the order, then you hope it keeps going. When do you sell? How long do you hold stuff? Do you do singles? Do you do sealed product? I mean, there's so many questions, but I'm going to stick to not even that specific at this point. We're going to start with general. So what you should do is go on Reddit. Reddit is MTG Finance Central. Now, you might be thinking, why would you possibly want to associate with others and tell them what you're doing? And you wouldn't, but I mean, the biggest thing about MTG Finance is it's just a giant dick measuring contest. You gotta get in that mindset. You gotta feel out the community. You gotta see what they're like. And then emulate it, obviously. So get on, I don't remember, slash something MTG Finance, I'm sure it is, I don't remember. And just brag about cards you don't have, okay? That's really the first starting point that everybody does. When they've got not a lot of action in the system, or whatever the term would be. They don't got a lot of fishes in the pond yet. They pretend they do. They front like they do. They've got so many Lotuses. Oh, look at me. I've got so many PSA 10 cards. Oh, I own 4 of every card on the reserve list. I've got my bases covered. And then in addition, you know, never show a picture. And then if somebody asks, well, post a picture proving it. I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. You have one post and you're claiming you own 10 grand worth of cards. Do a collection show-off picture. You have to tell them, no, it's a security thing. It's a privacy thing. You know, the IRS and unregistered assets and, ooh, I'm so slippery. I don't pay taxes. Ooh, I'm so sneaky. Look at me. I'm so Wall Street. So now, just take my word for it, okay? My advice is gold and my collection is smart and I know what I'm doing. And remember, telling people you know what you're doing is even better than knowing what you're doing, because then they know that you know what you're doing even if you don't know what you are doing. Next, just wildly speculate on anything and then only bring it back up later if you're right, because then, duh, it always looks like you're right. I mean, you could whiff on 9 cards that you said were gonna take off and they went absolutely nowhere. Hell, they probably went down. It's just gonna blend in everybody's memory. They're not even gonna remember who posted it. But you screenshot yourself saying, hey, as foretold, $3. Are you kidding me? That's gonna go up. Make sure you bring it back up months later. I think it would be a year later at this point when you're like, hey, look guys, 11, 12 bucks. What's up? I was right. I'm a genius. And then people are like, a backlink and screenshot proof. I mean, this guy's a genius. Then you're in the community. They have accepted you as one of their own. Now, the next rule is Wizards is always wrong, you're always right. So no matter what they do, no matter what they announce, what change they make to the game, it's bad and you're scared and it's going to affect your bottom line. And just go with that. That is the narrative. Doesn't matter what you really think. You have to complain about everything they do. Up the price of a box. Oh no, it's unaffordable. Blah, blah, blah. This is never gonna, whatever, end of the game, end of the world. If they lowered the price of a box, oh, the value, this is gonna, it's too be, people are gonna buy too many singles. It's gonna flood the market and volume and market cap and all these other terms I heard on CNBC. Is that the money one? I totally forgot if that's the money. The money MSNB, whatever it is. The screaming guy with the old school sound effect board, it's his network. Use every term you heard there, and if somebody's like, I don't think you're using that term correctly, just say, well, this isn't the stock market. I'm not buying exchanges. I'm not buying bonds. This is Magic. Of course the terms don't line up flawlessly. We have different terms. This is our community. We're separate. And speaking of that, okay, you are better than everyone else. Remember, that is like, it's a motivational psychological thing. You know, it's not just, oh, what do you buy? Well, let me use my arrogant elitist attitude to determine it. No, it's you wake up in the morning and just tell yourself in the mirror, you are better than everyone else, because that's how you get that winner's attitude, that winner's mindset. And when you back it up with bragging about old screenshots where it's a bunch of told you so crap, even though you posted 30 cards you said were going to go up and you're right about one, that'll reinforce it. People start to believe your ridiculous delusion about how great you are. And also remember, don't forget to brag, but phrase it as like, we succeeded, yay MTG Finance. Oh look, it's so great that we as a community can make money in MTG Finance, and then you like borrow your friend's expensive watch and take a picture of it on your wrist. Hey guys, I cashed out, I liquidated some of my assets and I bought this because I want to know what time it is, and then it's never seen again in another photograph. If anybody asks, it's in for maintenance. It was losing seconds per day, and $10,000 watch shouldn't do that. Whoever's fancy car you can get a picture with, I mean, just anything. Just be like, yeah, I sold off some of my collections. I got out of some markets and, thought I'd treat myself. Hashtag treat yourself. Where my Parks and Recreations fans at? By the way, in the hood, if we want to treat ourselves, we go into the bowl in the fridge that has some of the sauces that we stole from various food restaurants. Where they're not really supposed to give you extra mayo and hot sauce, but you're like, can you throw some in the bag? They're just like, it's rush hour. You can have whatever the hell you want. I mean, people give that stuff out like on Halloween for trick or treat. Like trick or treat, have some Arby's sauce. And people are like, Arby's sauce. Last guy gave me McDonald's ketchup. Like we're in the nice neighborhood. We're in the ritzy side of the hood. But don't take a picture of that, okay? Don't let anybody see your crappy little dumpy apartment. None of that. I mean, no. Watches, cars, nice houses, okay? I don't care whose house you got to go take a picture in front of. Now it's yours, and everybody will give you that winner's mindset. It reinforces it. Legit, I went out to go get my mail before, and I've got like Arby's coupons in it, and I'm looking at these, and I'm still like, that's on sale? Like, I don't have Arby's money. That's real. Next up, watch every single video on Alpha Investments channel, memorize them word for word, and then reference them, except when you want to tear them apart. You got to be on both sides of this. It's not just, some are with Rudy and some are against him. You got to be both sides, okay? People don't remember. They don't remember what the hell you're posting on Reddit. I mean, if they call you out, yeah, he was right about this, but I hate the guy. I hate Rudy because I hate him, because all you guys hate him. Yep, no logical reason. I'm not going to state any evidence. It's just I'm in the MTG Finance community and I don't like him because I don't like what he does. I mean, never admit that it's because you're all jealous that he's successful, allegedly. And remember, everything Rudy does is a scam. I mean, don't get out spreadsheets and math and try to prove it, or look up like shipping quotes, or look up like vendor costs to verify that anything he does on like Patreon or something is on the up and up. No, you don't need to prove it. You need to feel it, okay? You don't need to like prove facts with it. You need to feel feelings at it. Put that on a plaque in your office. Remember, as Philip DeFranco says, who needs facts when I could use my feelings as facts, or something like that. He put it on a shirt. I thought it was wonderful. Now, the next step is talk about every Grand Prix, every get-together, every Star City Games tournament, everything. Talk about it, say you're gonna go, and then back out or pretend you went. One of the two. Because remember, you're not an MTG Finance person if you're not standing in front of somebody's booth wasting their time for an hour and then buying absolutely nothing. I mean, people do that, but that's a mistake. You don't actually have to go. You just have to be like, oh, you guys going to GP Milwaukee? You go to that, some of my vendor friends are gonna be there. I might, bring a metal suitcase and handcuff it to my wrist. Can't be too careful. For real though, it's Milwaukee. Bring a gun. If you leave GP Milwaukee to go fill up with gas and you go to the gas station and you're like, oh man, I gotta use the bathroom. Hey, can I get the restroom key? Yes, it has a restroom key. And tied to the key is probably a 45. They'll be like, hey, make sure you bring this back when you're done. You know how to use this? It's loaded. Safety's right there. You run any trouble in the 25 feet walk to the bathroom outside, you just holler at me. Got a sawed off under the counter, just between you and me, But yeah, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna sell off like 15,000 if the price is right. I'm not stupid. I mean, some of those vendors like to take people for a ride, and I'm not falling for that. I'm not getting sharked by some highly respected, pillar of the community, some vendor that's famous for fair dealings. I'm not falling for their shenanigans. All those other sheep, all those other lemmings could sell their cards for 85% value, but I'm not gonna fall for that. And then after you get done spewing off all this nonsense about your card collection, what you're going to sell there, and completely made up reviews of vendors that honestly may or may not even exist in the first place. Oh, that you're all friends with, of course. You know them all. You've had dealings with all of them. Like that one with the, the banner that's white and the owner's name is like John or Matt or Joseph. It's one that I'm bad with names. Yeah, that one. Yeah, I sold him like 100 grand worth of cards. Yeah, I went straight to the bank in my 97 Saturn Ion. I like the classics. It's 1 year away from collector's plates, guys. It's a summer car. I store it during the winter because it doesn't start. But that's the classics. That's a collector's plate. That's what it's for. And the final step. Now this one's huge, guys. Okay, remember, you can only get away with this if 1, you're a total pro, and this is like a total investment tip, and 2, if you recognize the fact that this would normally be illegal in any kind of really registered anything. Stocks, bonds, shared interest, you name it, you would get arrested for doing this. But this is MTG Finance, guys. The rules don't apply to wolves like us. No, but seriously, like federal regulations do not apply to Magic the Gathering cards. Pay your taxes, though, for real. Go on Reddit, go on Twitter, tag everybody who has any kind of following. Doesn't matter if they're even in finance. Just tag spam everybody. Just add everybody. Just spew the ads. I mean, keep them in a text file, a notepad. Open them up and just copy and paste them suckers. So just spam the entire internet with, hey, this card is going to go up. I'm thinking about acquiring some while you're sitting on, I don't know, 500 or so copies that you got for, 25 cents a piece. And then the second it goes from 25 cents to 27 cents, boom, you did it. You convinced everybody to buy into it. You caused the old pump and dump spike, and then boom, offload your 500 copies on a buy list. You did it. You convinced those stupid followers, those sheep, those dumb lemmings to follow you off the cliff. But they didn't know that you had a hang glider this entire time and you're cruising all the way into Value Town. And you land that hang glider directly in the Arby's drive-thru. Why? Because 27 cents above 25 cents that you paid for them, you just hit the jackpot. You've got Arby's money. Congratulations. This video is not sponsored, by the way. I think I actually just dumped on them and their overpriced prices before, come to think of it. So that's it. You did it. You follow all these steps. You are now a stereotypical just archetype of the MTG Finance community. This is how they all act. This is what they all do. And if you mimic their behavior, you are automatically one of them. I will warn you, though, literally everybody else in the community will call you a parasitic piece of garbage. You're just skimming money off of the community for cards that they actually need. You're playing middleman. Wizards didn't elect you to be any kind of distributor. You're not a distributor. Who the hell says you can just inject your mom's credit card into this system and just rip everybody off with constant price spikes and manipulation and buying up inventory the second that you hear about it so that the average player has to pay $8 instead of $7 for a card that just spiked because of you personally? You're now the gatekeeper to all of singles, and now you get to just charge whatever you want and manipulate anything because you said so. So get ready for that hate, get ready for the backlash. I wouldn't even show your face at F&M, honestly, because if people put 2 and 2 together, they aren't going to talk to you. They might actually get violent with you, for being a parasitic, bottom-feeding, just absolute jackass in the entire MTG economy. So be prepared for that, but you know what they say, haters gonna hate. especially if you're part of a community that's 100% douchebags. So that was your guide to MTG Finance. Let me know if you think I should make a second video, because like I said, there's all the little minute details of what to buy, when, timing, all that. Didn't get into it because remember, it's all about mindset and attitude, not about results or profits. That is what defines the MTG Finance community. So thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next video.